So the Silent Hill F trailer had just recently been released and we checked it out on Hypnocast and the game looks fantastic. It really looks like it's bringing back that old school classic horror feeling, especially when it comes to the Japanese aesthetic. Anybody that's ever played like Fatal Frame or whatnot will know exactly what I'm talking about. Japanese know exactly how to do horror properly, and I honestly can't wait for the game and see more about what it has to offer. But there's something about the game that is making people melt down right now. And it actually doesn't have to do with the game at all. It has to do with a supposed trigger warning that is on the game itself. Now, here's the thing. I understand people don't like trigger warnings. I understand that they are absolutely ridiculous and all they do is create a society of unbelievably weak people, which is exactly what we're living in right now. However, this trigger warning and all of it that it has to talk about might actually be secretly based in what the game has to offer, proving that it will in fact be a true horror game. So let's get into this article, guys, from The Gamer. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Yes, guys, I'm not kidding. This might be secretly based, okay? I understand that people don't like trigger warnings. I totally get it. But the trigger warning that's in this game and what it's showcasing tells me that the game is going to have an ungodly amount of disgusting shit in it, which is exactly what I want from a horror game. Silent Hill F won't be for the faint of heart, as a new disclaimer on its website notes depictions of gender discrimination, child abuse, and bullying. Elsewhere, its ESRB rating notes instances of a character being burned alive and other violent events. Based off Thursday's trailer, it's still unclear how dark the game will get. I'm telling you right now, man, if it is true Japanese horror, okay, which I don't know if it is, but if it will be, it is going to be unbelievably sadistic. I'm not kidding. Like Japanese, okay, so I have a lot of Japanese horror manga. I have a lot of Junji Ito work, for example, or if you guys have read the book Abitsu, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Japanese horror, they really know how to set the tone to make you not necessarily just scared, but also extremely uneasy. They feature some things that the West is way too scared to even come close to featuring. They don't care. They're going for the story. They're going full on out. If this is true Japanese horror, which I hope it will be, and considering the trigger warning, it probably is, but if it is truly like that, we are going to have an actual first, I don't even know in how long, truthfully scary Silent Hill experience, which I am going to be all for that. And it's based in the 1960s to my knowledge, which makes it even more like higher chance that we're going to experience that. It says, in case you missed it, Silent Hill F, the first new Silent Hill game in over a decade, was re-revealed on Thursday as part of a Silent Hill transmission hosted by Konami. Among the highlights, including a brand new trailer, are pre-order details plus statements from the game's writer, Ryukishi07, and the franchise's iconic art director. Now, here is, oh man, look at this. Here is this trigger warning. Unbelievable, again, that we even have to have a trigger warning for a game that's probably going to be rated M. I don't understand what's the point of having an ESRB if you're going to put a trigger warning on everything. There's even a trigger warning on freaking Chrono Trigger. I mean, come on, Chrono, it's in the name. What are we doing? Anyway, so it says, please read before playing. The game contains depictions of gender discrimination, which means, in my opinion, that they're going to showcase abuse towards women, which would make sense. 1960 Japan, Japanese horror game, they're probably going to showcase abuse to the girls that are in the game. If you look at the trailer, there's 3 girls. The main character is a girl, so she's probably going to experience some form of like abuse and whatnot. It also says child abuse, so it's probably going to showcase the beating of children or something along those lines in the game. Bullying, I don't even know why bullying's in a fucking trigger war. I mean, are you serious right now? Bullying gets you triggered? How weak are you? Drug-induced hallucinations, which that makes a lot of sense with the abuse. Torture, which again makes a lot of sense with the abuse. And graphic violence, which it all ties kind of together. The game is set in 1960s Japan. It contains depictions based on the customs and culture of that time. These depictions do not reflect the opinions or values of the developers or any individuals involved. The fact that they have to put that shows that what's about to be in this game, they feel like they're about to be judged for. I'm not kidding. What's about to be in this game is going to make some lefties and wokies and soft people melt the fuck down. It is unbelievable. This game is going to have depictions of some things that are going to make them lose their minds, and they're going to be complaining about it on Twitter all day. I am not kidding. You could tell just based off how they're trying to get way ahead of it by putting in this trigger warning well before the game is even released. You could tell they're trying to get ahead of it. If you feel uncomfortable at any point while playing, please take a break from playing or speak to someone you trust, bro. Oh my God. I cannot. I just, I can appreciate the trigger warning because it's pretty much guaranteeing me that the game is going to be truly disgusting, which is great. However, what are we doing? Are you seriously like this is going to be an M-rated game, guys? I would assume, I would hope that you are an adult buying this game, and if you are an adult buying this game, I would hope you understand what you are getting into before you purchase the game. As an adult, I would hope that you are making informed decisions about your purchases, which you probably aren't, let's be real. But I would hope that you are, because if you're buying a Silent Hill game and you're not expecting to be at least somewhat scared or potentially creeped out or grossed out, there is something wrong with you. That is like going to go see a Saw movie and not realizing what you're getting into. Actually, better yet, since Silent Hill has a history, that's like going to see Saw 3 after you complained about Saw 1 and 2 being too gory. It just doesn't make any sense, man. What are we doing? With the game fully back in the Nexus, more and more details are beginning to come out. Chief among them is a harrowing content warning spotted on the Silent Hill website, which notes the following, and we already read it. The lengthy warning is tucked at the bottom of the main game's page and paints a picture of the title that will almost certainly not be for the faint of heart. As it turned out, the ESRB rating isn't any safer. The game, which received an M for mature rating for blood and gore, intense violence, and partial nudity, notes that players will have access to axes, crowbars, knives, and spears to defend against and kill enemy creatures in melee-style combat. Should the player be attacked by enemies, certain animations will depict the player getting impaled in the neck or getting their faces ripped apart. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. In certain cutscenes, a character is burned alive inside of a cage, and a woman branded is by a hot iron, which is probably the gender discrimination. Entrails are noted to be part of the fantastical celebration, and that a character is depicted sawing off her own arm. Elsewhere, a character slicing off portions of a character's face during a ritual can also be seen. Suffice to say, this is shaping to be the most intense horror game in some time, even by Silent Hill standards. While no release date or window has been provided, more information is slated to come soon. Perhaps then it'll become more clear as to why the game needs such a heavy warning. Dude, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm tired of these pussyfooting fucking horror games. I'm tired of them. I want like a true horror game. I want something that's going to make people go, what the hell is going on? That's what I want. And this sounds like what this is. I'm excited. If this is truly what this is going to be, obviously there's going to be no guns because it's 1960s Japan. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any guns anyway. It looks like just mainly melee combat. But if this is what we are going to be getting in the game, then I can understand people being extremely excited for it. It's so ironic that the trigger warning is probably what's going to get most people excited to play this game over anything else, because you're essentially telling us the truth about what's going to be in the game. If the game was going to be super soft and not scary and not gory and not, truly horror, then they wouldn't be a need for a trigger warning, right? They wouldn't, and not in their eyes anyway. I don't feel like we need a trigger warning, period. It's an M-rated game. But for these people, they feel like they got to put a super intense trigger warning with all this nonsense about, please don't judge us. Yeah, you could pretty much see that this game is going to be wild. I guarantee you Konami probably disagrees with most of what's in the game, but the developers are making it happen anyway. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.